and welcome to the Wake.Show. I am Chris Fisher, and I'm glad you could join me today. I'm very excited. We got stuff you should know. No guest today. I spent yesterday, moving the room around again. And even though you can't really tell what I did, there's camera 2 now. As you notice, that camera 2 for the guest will no longer be the couch. The couch has been moved to a different part of the room so that anybody that comes in here can, sit behind a desk. And one of the reasons why I did that is because I noticed that those people that have been sitting on the couch, they seem a little bit uncomfortable. And I'll notice that they'll watch themselves too in the shots, and then when they see, they'll start sucking in their gut or fidgeting or something like that. So I thought it might be a little bit easier for some of our guests to maybe sit behind a desk. And, who knows? Maybe a second person ends up filling the desk where Rant Baby is right now. How you doing, Rant Baby? I'm great, man. Great. Let's see. Oh, and then we have the Joey Cam. The Joey Cam has got Samantha in it. How you doing, Sam? She's great in the back of the room. You're like, who the, what the? This is, one of the things I've been telling you about here in the beginning of the shows is that as soon as we go live, one of the important things is for us to share, the Wake.Show. And so, I want to share it to my other business pages that I manage, which is Fisher the Man. And then the F&K podcast, which is an old podcast that I did with Jesse Cage and Ed Gruby and Johnny Griffin. So I thought, all right, and then my personal page. But it's so hard because then what I got to do, I got to start the show and then spend minutes to go through each one of those. I wonder if there's a way for it to automatically share when we go live. I bet there is. But anyway, you can track us. Let me check to make sure everybody's here and we're live. Okay. Everything's good. How are you doing, everybody? Nice to see you. We'll go over stuff you should know here in a second, which is exactly what's in the body of the text there for those of you that are on Facebook. Also, you can watch this YouTube through our YouTube channel, Periscope, and Twitter. And then you can download the podcast later from Mixler if you want to do that. So, all right. That is my new camera and my new camera angle. I like it. I like it, I think. I like it. Maybe it needs to be a little bit, if you guys don't mind me adjusting during the show here. Let's see here. Just maybe a little bit more something like that. Kind of like that better. Don't you start drifting on me. All right. Well, I won't mess with it too much today. All right. So we'll get to stuff you should know. I'll pull that up here in a second. And, What? Here's the thing. Good morning, Jeff. I'm really starting to feel comfortable. I'm really starting to feel good in the space. And that is exciting because we are just about to take the Wake.Show to the next level. And good morning, Chris. And we are ready. We are... Okay. Obviously, there's a couple of holes, we got to fill in some blanks. There's a couple of little, odds and ends, as they say, some loose ends to tie up. But for the most part, I think we are ready, and I am very, very excited about that. All right, so let's go ahead and get to stuff you should know today. Here's some of the things that we'll be going over. There's a follow-up on the Outback Takeout story, about the church group that came and dropped $735 on takeout and then tipped $0. The woman subsequently was fired. No, not the person from the church who didn't tip, but the woman that put together the order, the employee, because she complained about it on Facebook afterwards, and that's just something you can't do. It's against Outback policy. So we'll come back to that story. Did you guys see this next headline? The ex-cons, okay, it wasn't ex-cons love Florida, but the headline is a third of all U.S. ex-cons. A third of all United States ex-cons who can't vote. There's a little caveat. There's a little asterisk there. Asterisk or asterisk? Asterisk or asterisk? Asterisk.
Asterisk.
With an S. All right. Asterisk. A little asterisk there. And that is
Asterisk.
Asterisk?
With an S. Asterisk.
SK. And I that is one of those words that I never get right. And even though Sam helped me out. Do they shorten your name to Sam or you just stick with Samantha?
Sam's perfect.
All right, Sam's perfect. And even though she helped me out with it, I'm sure that I won't remember. So it is with an asterisk. You know what word I can't spell confidently? I don't know if I've ever shared this with you before. A word that I cannot spell confidently is the word guard, as in point guard or a guard gate. I think it's Guard.
Correct.
And I'm right on that one. But I'm never confident on it. I don't know. There's just some of those words, and that's a couple of them. But all right, anyway, back to what the hell we were talking about. Oh yeah. So we'll get to that story about why there's just so many. Oh, so the little asterisk is that ex-cons who can't vote. So ex-cons who can't vote means felons, right? All right, we'll get it. We'll dive into that story coming up here in a little bit. Also, kind of cool expose. I found this on WFLA.com, and they're highlighting 5 Floridians who are in the Winter Olympics, the P.F. Chang's Winter Olympics, which is another story we'll get to because I posted that last night at the Wake.Show. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but when you saw that headline, you see that a news outlet called it the P.F. Chang's. It was the P.F. Chang's Olympics, or the Olympics at P.F. Chang's instead of Pyeongchang. Right? Is it Pyeongchang or Pyongyang? See, one of them's in North Korea, one of them's in South Korea. One of them's the capital of... See, I can't even. We'll have to wait till we get to the story for even me to get it right. Also, YouTube is telling Facebook to stay in their GD lane. Oh, yeah. Shots have been fired. We'll get to that story. The CEO of YouTube is... Because the thing is, Facebook is trying to play and is really shifting a lot of their efforts into the video realm, especially the live video realm, which is where most of you are watching this. And we are taking advantage. And we are riding that wave. And but YouTube's like, hey, why don't you go back to just your baby pics there, Facebook, and leave the video stuff to us. So we'll get to that battle coming up. Also, sex game death. Yeah, that's a weird story out of Russia. About some. Do any of you have those neighbors? Those neighbors that have the fancy parties, on the weekends where you see couple after couple coming over. And then maybe the same couples aren't leaving together. I'm trying to get to swingers and orgies and stuff like that here. Anyway, that's that story coming up. And then her boyfriend. Do you want me to go ahead and give away the ending now? Well, her boyfriend died during one of these games, and then she chopped him up. And just wait. There's more. I don't know what to make of the sky is falling stories coming out of science and technology, especially the realm of AI, because I have so much respect and for the minds of Stephen Hawking and so many of those in that realm. And they keep warning us over and over again that AI could be the death of humanity, could be the end of humanity. And there's another story coming from NBC.com. AI will be billions of times smarter than humans, and man needs to merge with it. All right. And then, of course, that last one you see there on my list today, the P.F. Chang games, just because that's funny. But I feel bad for it being funny because basically, I don't know. I'm torn. On one hand, I snicker as soon as I see it. On the other hand, I'm like, damn it, you stupid Americans, including myself. I'm including myself in this. How do you mess something like that up? So that's on the show today. Let's start right there at the top then with a follow-up to the Outback story that we did yesterday. After failing to tip the Outback server $735, the megachurch finally pays up. Now, in all due respect to the megachurch, it looks like it was just a situation where they messed up some and were more than happy to make good on it. But she was quick to go to Facebook and, and lay out her grievances there. And Outback has a policy, just like a lot of companies do, that you don't go on to social media and start bashing customers or clients. It makes perfect sense. They ended up firing her over it. I wish they hadn't. I wish this would have been a teaching opportunity. I think we went over this a little bit yesterday. I would have liked to see. I would like to see Outback say, hey, listen, here's the policy. Let's come in the office. You can reprimand the person, and then it's a teaching moment because you call the church and go, hey, you guys just kept one of our people occupied for an hour putting your shit together and on a $735 order. And then nothing. And they, what would happen? They would have said, oh my gosh, we're sorry, which is exactly what happened. We didn't mean to do that. It was like I don't say an intern, but a volunteer or something who went down to pick up the order, didn't even realize what was going on and that they needed a tip. And then, put it all together, and then, you guys come together and this side comes together and we all live happily ever after. But Outback, the reason that I want to see Outback not fire that employee, even though it was against policy, is because because I want to see the company, a corporation that big. I like to see stories where corporations that big are sticking up for their employees because they should have had their employees back. To a certain degree. Right. Did the employee cross the line, go on social media like they asked him not to? It's in policy? Yes. So come into the office. Let's talk about that. All right. Now you and I together, let's call the church and see what happened. Hi, this is so-and-so. I'm the manager. You guys came in this past week. Everything okay? Oh, everything was great. We raised a lot of money. Thank you so much. You get, well, I'm just curious if our service was up to, if something happened because you had a $735 order. And, there was zero tip, so I'm a little concerned. Oh, my God. And, that's exactly what, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. We'll send somebody right down to take care of it, which is exactly what happened. So I guess when they came down to, they didn't say exactly what they ended up paying them, but, quote, totaled more than 20% of the bill. So they came back, felt really bad, and not only tipped 20% on a takeout order, but put some on top. So last week, and so this is how it played out too, that $735 order. Last week, Yoder spent most of her shift at a Naples Outback readying a takeout order for 25 church members. It was a 75-item order. For any of you that have ever worked in the restaurant industry, I'm sure that's horrible because I never worked in that industry. So it was placed by the Christ Fellowship on Wednesday, included 25 steaks, 25 chicken dinners, 25 sides of potatoes. The total was $735. She got $0. And because of all the time that she spent on those orders, she didn't have a lot of time to spend on other tables and only made $18 that day preparing that. So I understand why she was so angry. Elliot, Outback can't do that. It's your right not to tip no matter how big the bill is. Could you imagine being called by a place because you didn't tip? This is one of the reasons why I love having Elliot on board like this, because he brings up really good points. Okay, well, here's the thing. What are you going to say to the employee then? Let's say this church, this is the way they see things. They don't believe in tipping. All right, part of their beliefs is they don't believe in tipping. So now every time they come and they're going to put in a $500, $700, $800, $900 order, that you're going to have to do all this work and not get tipped for it. So do you, as the manager, then say to the church, hey, listen, if you're going to put in those kind of orders, you either tip or I got to put some kind of a service charge on top. Or because it's such a huge order and they're spending a lot of money, you turn to whoever and go, yes, we know that so-and-so's coming back in and they don't tip, but here's what we're doing from now on. Anybody, if they spend for every X amount, $100 they spend, I'm giving you whatever that comes out to be, $10 or whatever that turns out to be. Travis, how you doing, Travis? Elliot also brings up a good point that we were talking about. Actually, maybe we'll come back to that point when we start talking about the sex games death. Or do you want to? Should we just jump around? Go to that story next. Oh, by the way, so let me get to the story here because there is a little bit of a follow up here. So the Christ Fellowship leaders tried to reach her in the following days. This is the woman that was fired. Quote, they told me they understood what was going on. They told me it wasn't their intention to not tip me and actually gave me a list of jobs that were also hiring. So they not only came and they tipped her very well on that, they also wanted to help her find a new job. And on Monday afternoon, she told the Herald that she just finished filling out a few applications at other nearby restaurants. She says she wants to stay in the restaurant business. That's where she likes it. And that one day she hopes to open her own comfort food store. All right. That's enough of that. Now let's get to the sex story. Sorry. Let's just go ahead and get it out of the way since that's where my brain is right now. And so I asked, when we were going over the stuff at the beginning of the show, I said, damn it. This is one of the things that I got to figure out the latency of the show, because when things go out, because of the way the video's got to be processed and got to go through stuff and then back out again, it takes, 10, 15, 20 seconds. And then you guys hear it, and then you start replying. So it's 30 seconds later or longer before I'm seeing you guys post, and I'm already on to the next thing. And they go, oh, wait. Well, you guys are talking about it, so let's come back to it. Let's address a couple of issues here. One, Travis says in the rest of the world, tipping is not a thing. Chris Russell, when did tipping on carryout become a thing? I understand in a large order, but for one to two person to take out, no, Chris, don't apologize for that. First of all, you're right. In the rest of the world, there isn't tipping, but here in America, it is. So I'm not talking to those, people from around the world. That is frustrating. I've been in the hospitality industry since I was, or in and out of it, around it, since I was 16 years old and first started working at Wet n Wild. Not the hospitality, but the service industry, I should say. Wait. That's not what I was going for either. I think what I'm going for is the entertainment. No, I don't know. The tourist industry. I've been around tourists is what I'm trying to get at. And so that is an issue, but you also know when you're traveling elsewhere, you have to know the customs of that wherever you're going. So, when we go to another part of the world, we need to look up, the customs there. When somebody comes to here, they need to look up the customs. And part of that is you need to tip. And here's the thing. For those people that go, that really start to get angry, I get it. Don't go to these restaurants. All right? They don't want you. You're angry, you're bitter, you're pissed that you're about to spend $50 a meal and then have to throw another $10 on top. I get it. Don't go to these restaurants. They make $2 an hour, $2 and shit cents an hour, and they rely on this. So it's a complete experience, and if you're not going to tip, then don't go. Now the takeout thing. I think there's a little bit more of a gray area here. Now, in the story that we read yesterday, we saw that tipping, customarily, traditionally, was 15%. I don't know about that. 15% on takeout, I think they're trying to stretch it there. That was put together by the people that put together the takeout. I appreciate that you want the 15%, but go F yourself. 10% is just fine. Whoa. You just made this personal. Listen. I'm not saying all you're doing is putting these boxes together and getting them ready. That is a task, all right? That's why you're getting paid a little extra. You're getting paid 10% on top. If it is a huge order like this, then no doubt there needs to be some kind of a huge tip. I personally, up until very recently, because of stories like this have made me question things, I'm more of a $2, just standard, like $2. Whether it's a takeout order for $10, $12, or it's a takeout order for $50. It's $2. That's the way. But it's only been in recent years, too, that I realized just, at some of these restaurants, just how much work the person is putting in that's getting the stuff ready to go. But at some restaurants, it's not that. You get the people back in the back that gets it started, and then somebody else finishes it up, and, whatever. So, I don't know. I worked as a server for almost 9 years, and we almost never got tipped on takeout. I can see that. I can understand that. But I don't know. I guess what it is that if you said you worked as a server. So, Chris, I guess what you're saying is we didn't do a lot to put together takeout and didn't deserve any more than just a couple of dollars. Okay. All right. Next up on stuff you should know. You guys want to do the Russia story, we'll come back to it, okay? We'll just go in order, and I know you want to get to the Russian orgy story where there was a death, but just hold on. You can Google it and look it up yourself. We'll come back to it. Let's go ahead and go in order here. So, ex-cons loving Florida. Here's the thing. You know how I was getting ready to say when I saw this headline, I couldn't believe it, but I don't know that that's true. I think when I saw this headline, I went to go, I can't believe this. And then 1 second later went, nah, I can see this. I can see. More than a third of all U.S. ex-cons who cannot vote live in Florida. And then what really drew me in was why? A judge found that the vote restoration process in Florida used arbitrary means to decide who is worthy. The state has until February 12th to come up with the remedies to the constitutional violations. Wait a second. What's today's date? It's the 13th. Well, then this story's old. I should have follow-up. This article was updated at 2:35. For the first time, the Florida poet Devin Coleman was also his last. It was 2000. Gore v. Bush. When his was among millions of votes in play as the U.S. Supreme Court called the winner and set the eventual arc of American affairs. Not long thereafter, Mr. Coleman was involved in a fight at a house party. His arrest led to the eventual burglary charges, a prison sentence, and the revocation of his right to vote. Nearly 2 decades later now, 39. He's a father, a published author, public speaker, college graduate. But he says his disenfranchisement has shaded those successes. Sorry, I'm not reading very well today. Perhaps aiding in that quest, federal district judge. So the judge found that the vote restoration process in Florida, executed by a Republican-led clemency board headed by Governor Rick Scott, used arbitrary means to decide who is worthy. The state has until yesterday to come up with the remedies to this. So I guess the story wasn't as awesome. I guess I should have gone right to the Russian story, or stayed chatting it up with you guys. Man, because I thought we were really going to get into why it is that we have so many ex-cons here, and I thought what I was going to read was things that already, I already think I know. Like here's why I think we have so many ex-cons living here, which is the truth. Start with weather. We'll start with weather. Great weather. So you could escape. I think about how many people I've met over the years that came to Florida because they were running from something. All right, it wasn't a lot of people. I've run into enough. I've run into enough people. And so if like here up north, the winter months suck if you're an ex-con or if you're on the run. And you don't have any place to go. But down here, you grab some tent or steal something and head out into the woods anywhere. We have hundreds of thousands of square miles, thousands upon thousands of square miles of places where people could just post up. These little tent cities, as they call them. So I think the weather has a lot to do with it. Secondly, the terrain, because we do have a lot of backwoods and whatnot. You could disappear in. And then I think another factor is we don't have a state income here. So if you don't have a lot of money, if you're not making a lot of money, you're not able to because you're an ex-con, an ex-felon, then, you could very easily, I don't know, it just makes it easier, I think. So that's what I was thinking what path we were going to head into. Yeah, just because it seems like it's some political reasons there. Brain-eating worm. I do not, one of the shows that I will not watch is I will not watch any of their, I can't remember the name, Monsters Inside, I think it is, or something to that effect. And it's a show about like people all of a sudden having headaches or, you know, this ailment or that ailment, and then they think it's just something minor, and the next thing you know, they open them up and there's just something living inside of them. That's where we are with this story right here, exclusively from abcactionnews.com. So this guy, it's a Florida man, has a brain-eating worm grows inside a parasite caused by eating raw pork. And I feel like, all right, so let me zoom in on their story there. So this is a shot of the guy's eye from abcactionnews.com again. And, see, this is where this story follows up. I don't know if I know you weren't watching yesterday, because at this time when I was talking about this, one person was watching, and I think it was me. Oh, there it is. Look at that thing. So yesterday, I showed a picture of how I had thrown away some sushi, and it wasn't easy for me to do because I love sushi, and I don't care that I don't care like if something's that old or outdated. I'll eat stuff. I've eaten stuff out of the garbage before, not like because I needed to because I was homeless or anything. It was because I don't know. I think it goes. I'll just blame it on my white trash upbringing, my simple man upbringing, and so I was very proud of myself that I threw away some sushi that was a day old yesterday. And then I see this story last night and go, I'm glad I did, because this guy, I guess, it's something let's go right to the story. It is something out of a science fiction movie. A brain-eating parasitic tapeworm living in your eye. Unfortunately for Sam Cordero, it wasn't a movie, and the race was on to surgically remove it from his eye. It's called the Taenia solium, more commonly called a pork tapeworm. Passes to humans from consuming raw pork or through contact with fecal matter. Properly cooked pork and properly cooked poop is the way to go. That second part, the poop part, I added in there. In some extremely rare cases, the worm will travel through your intestines into your bloodstream and bed itself into your in your brain or eyeball. I'm sorry. I know this stuff is such low probability. When was the last time you saw a story like this? You know, it's been a long time, if ever. But I just picture this stuff happening. And this guy's parasite set up shop in the vitreous chamber of his eye. That is a fluid-filled area behind the Cordero's lens and between his cornea. Quote, he's got a window of opportunity where he can end up with 20/20 vision and parasite-free. Otherwise, Perez said this is the second case he's diagnosed and treated of the pork tapeworm. He added that there have only been 20 worldwide cases. Okay, so there we go. I can calm down. I don't have to go back through the story. This is not going to happen to me. There's only been 20 cases reported worldwide since researchers began tracking the worm. So, now, back to the story. Here's the scary part, says the doctor. What is scary, quote unquote, is it gravitates toward the brain. Like it knows whatever drives this little creature. It knows where the brain is, and it gravitates towards it. So Perez said they have to remove the parasite before it dies. If it dies in the eye, the inflammation could cause Cordero to go blind. If it doesn't die and release more larvae, the parasite could travel into the brain itself. If he was in the brain, he would present seizures. the doctor said, explaining that the worm eats the brain, making tiny holes that make the brain look like Swiss cheese. I believe and suspect it came from the undercooked pork we ordered around Christmas holidays, and that's how I believed I got it. I see a little black dot, and it's only on the left eye. I see something moving from left to right. When the sun comes out, it bothers me a lot. All right, I'll stop focusing on it. This is not going to happen. I would be honored to be chosen as a Parasite's host. Oh. Yeah. Travis Monsters Inside Me. Yeah, that's right. Next story. That's not about, we'll check in with the Joey Cam. How's everything going over there, Samantha?
It's going great.
Still doing social media?
Still doing social media.
Awesome. That explains why our numbers are up.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm a little sick after that story.
Yeah. All right. Back to the stuff you should know. And this was I saw this at WFLA.com this morning, and they highlighted 5 athletes that are from the state of Florida. 5 athletes from Florida are competing in the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. 1 athlete is a member of the USA ice hockey team. The other 4 athletes are speed skaters. Here are some of the interesting things you need to know. They got this according to teamusa.org. Number 1, Brandon Maxwell is the goalie for the Team USA ice hockey team. He was born in Winter Park, Florida. That's my old neck of the woods, or near my neck of the woods. That's the I'm from Ocoee, so this is the other side of the woods because Winter Park is kind of a fancy, but kind of my neck of the woods. 6 foot, born in 1991, hometown Winter Park, Florida. Personal. Most influential persons in his life are his parents. Life aspirations. Wants to stay with hockey in some capacity after he finishes playing. Hobby outside of hockey, golf. Favorite childhood NHL team while growing up, Toronto Maple Leafs and New Jersey Devils. American NHL player he loves to watch, Jonathan Quick. Best moment in playing career, winning midget major championship with my dad as coach. Oh, that is adorable. Next up, Brittany Rowe, or Bo. Or is it Bow? She played college. Let's see. She is 5'7", born in 1988. Well, she's old. Just kidding, Brittany. Brittany, just kidding. Just kidding. Played college basketball at Florida Atlantic. Started speed skating in 2010 because she saw her friends from inline who switched to ice and were competing in the 2010 games. Enjoys going anywhere with water and sunshine. Was named an academic All-American college. Has 32 inline world championship medals. Most memorable speed skating moment, 2015 World Championships. Favorite quote, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect makes perfect. I'm sorry. I don't know why I laughed at that. I think I laugh because of the way that I see the universe and perfection. And so, when we get hyper-focused on perfection, I just see it as something that is unattainable. So, there we go. All right. Next up, let's go to Aaron Jackson, born in 1992. Birthplace, Ocala. College, the University of Florida. She began... Oh, wait, I'm making assumptions on Aaron spelled that way. Yes, is a female. Began skating in 2003. Works at Dick's Sporting Goods in the Team USA Contender Program. Graduated from Forest High School in Ocala. Participated in track and field in high school. Studied materials engineering. At the University of Florida, Team USA years 2008 to 2010, 2012 to 2014, and competition highlights. The 2014 Pan American Championships 500-meter gold medalist. In 2014, a Pan American Olympic Festival 500-meter gold medalist, 200-meter silver medalist, and her skating goal, I hope to win the ever-elusive senior gold medal. Next up, she's 5'8", born in 1989 from Questview, Florida. Mia Manganello. There we go. Manganello. And let's go with, how do you know when something's Mia or Maya? Do you know?
I don't know. It looks like Mia.
All right, Mia it is. Thank you. She started inline skating when she was 8 years old and decided to make the switch to ice so that she could chase the Olympic dream at the age of 13. After the 2010 Olympic trials, Mia chose to take a break from speed skating and found a new passion for cycling, where she raced professionally for 5 years. She returned to speed skating in early 2016 after realizing her love for the sport still remained. After skating, she would love to pursue a career in the culinary arts. Her parents, Karen and Dominic, have owned an Italian restaurant her entire life. She says, "There is nothing better than growing up in a kitchen." Sorry, that was, I'm pretty sure, borderline offensive. As you grow up in a kitchen, the lessons and responsibilities you learn are irreplaceable, with the greatest reward being the amount of pizza you get to eat, unquote. Next up, he's 5'10", born 1986 in Ocala, Florida. Joey Mancia. Inline speed skating won 28 world championship titles, 3 Pan American game titles, 15 World Cup gold medals, 12 junior world titles, and more than 90 national titles. And his hobbies include riding motorcycles. When he's not going fast on skates, he's going fast on motor vehicles. All right, so that is it. And some of the pictures there from WFLA.com of some of the people they highlighted there. 5 Floridians in the... That's got to be interesting. Be in a state where there's never any snow or ice, and next thing you know, you're trying to train every single day for the Olympics. He won a midget hockey championship. That seems unfair. Next up. The great YouTube Facebook war. YouTube CEO. Facebook should, quote, get back to baby pictures. YouTube may be derided as full of cat videos, but as Facebook pushes aggressively into YouTube's video turf, Susan Wojcicki, do you know how to say her last name, Cords? Owen. Not your last name. The CEO of YouTube, Wojcicki. Not even, I'm sure. Wojcicki it is. She says that Facebook needs to stick to baby pics. Ooh, shots across the bow. The YouTube CEO won't divulge her biggest fear about competing with Facebook, but she will give them some free advice. They should get back to baby pictures, she said Monday at the Code Media Conference in Huntington Beach, California. By the way, Facebook's already aiming in that direction. Video has been an obsession for Facebook as it tries to swipe the most advertising dollars migrating off of television before YouTube can get them. Facebook had been aggressively advancing the number of clips and live streams that bubble up to the top of your news feed, and has rolled out a central hub for TV-like programming called Watch. Quote, you always have to take competition seriously. You don't win by looking backwards. You win by looking at your customers and looking forward. Facebook didn't respond to a message-seeking comment. Also, she said YouTube planned on Tuesday to roll out its Red subscription tier much wider internationally to about 100 countries from the 5 that it operates in now. How many of you, or have any of you, gotten rid of television, your cable, gotten rid of cable, no cable? So you got your rabbit ears if you ever need, but you're consuming most of your content via YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, stuff like that. 866. I feel like that's the moment where if I were on the radio, I just all of a sudden throw out a telephone number to get responses. She also explained the rationale behind allowing stars like Logan Paul, a digital star under fire for posting offensive videos to YouTube, including one showing a suicide victim, to stay on the service. YouTube has a 3-strike rule, she said. That means creators can have their accounts terminated for 3 infractions against YouTube's official policies. Paul has not hit those 3 strikes. She noted it's important for the company to enforce its rules consistently. YouTube, the biggest video resource on the internet, has spent much of the last year battling against backlashes like the one against Paul. Ads running offensive clips spurred an advertiser boycott earlier last year, and when YouTube responded by more aggressively pulling ads off questionable content, it faced an outcry from creators who say they're unfairly lost money and their money-making power, whether it's a nightmarish clips slipping into its apps for kids and or channels that border on child exploitation. YouTube has been grappling with its ability to responsibly manage its vast scale. And the CEA said Monday that drawing a line about what's appropriate to exist on YouTube is sensitive because on one side it's censorship and on the other it's too much freedom of speech. I always, personally, I'm an err towards the side of speech. I know there's a downside to that, but I err on that side. 3 years now without cable. I have a feeling. I think somewhere along the way, my wife and I are going to become comfortable with one of these services. I don't know whether it's this red tube on YouTube or some Hulu. No, we already got the Hulu and the Netflix. The Hulu and the Netflix. Hi, I'm 90. But yeah, getting rid of. I don't know. It's coming. It's coming. Just not yet. All right, what's up next? Where are we? Oh, it's Trivia Tuesday for those of you that don't know. So you can head out to Boulevard Burgers tonight. Trivia starts at 7 o'clock. I start slinging trivia at about 7:05. I'm supposed to be done at 8:30. That has only happened once in the year that I've been there. It usually goes till about 8:45. Why? Because I'm long-winded. I like to have a good time out there. Sex game death up next on our on Stuff You Should Know. The rundown today. How you feeling over there, Rant Baby? I'm doing all right, man. Good, good. It's good to hear. What about you, Joseph? How you feeling over there, buddy? Nice and sleepy. Now, we go from that adorable shot there to Russian woman 21 who practiced occultism dismembered the body of her ex-soldier boyfriend after he died during a sex game. All right, let's get to the fine details of this right. Oh, there she is. Okay, see, guilty. Is that a little occult-esque tattoo there on her right breast? All right, let's see if we can get another one here where this is the gentleman who she dismembered. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. That's a special kind of crazy right there. That's the don't look at me or I will cut you into pieces look. She's a 21-year-old Russian woman, has been detained after confessing to dismembering the body of her boyfriend, with whom she practiced occultism and BDSM. Anastasia Onegina, or Wangina. See? Wangina is accused of killing her partner, Dmitry Sinkovich, 24, former policeman and Russian army soldier. The student denies the murder, but said she found his body and was afraid she would be accused of the murder, so she decided to just chop it up herself. Again, I think there on her right breast is some kind of a cult symbol there. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a triangle and a circle. This is a picture of her and the guy that she chopped up. That's her, kissing him. One police theory is that he died during a sex game, according to local reports. The neighbors say the couple were fans of occultism and BDSM and threw a lot of orgies. One report stated the neighbors said that they were held weekly orgies and complained about them making a lot of noise. Listen, people, have some respect if you're going to have weekly orgies, all right? Have some respect. Keep the noise down. Put up, soundproofing on the walls, something. Make sure everybody has a ball gag in. We'll probably get it done. They were said to be into sadomasochism and similar practices. Mr. Sinkovich's body was cut up with a knife. Was found by Wangina's sister, who called the police. Look at that look right there. Holy smokes. Holy moly. That sends a little ripple of terror through me. I'm sorry, that's rude. Well, maybe it's not. I would say it's rude because you just look at her and go, that's a psycho. But I mean, in all fairness, I do know that she's, well, she at least has some signs of psychopathy. I guess in all fairness, too, she has said she's innocent. She didn't kill the guy. She just chopped him up. You know. Forensic tests are being carried out to determine how Mr. Sinkovich, who had worked recently as a barman, died. His final picture shows them together going for a walk with her dog at 7:50 a.m. on Sunday. He died and was dismembered later the same day. The detective said the body was found by the sister of the suspect who came to the flat. The suspect, age 21, who was well acquainted with the victim, has been detained. She gave evidence, insisted she did not kill him. So this is the last picture that he was taking, I guess. And the dead man's social media profile, he had written, "In love with Anastasia Wangina." His profile showed, how do you know it's not Wangina? Could be. I'm not Russian. A picture showed him in his policeman's uniform in 2015. On her online account, Wangina, the daughter of a policeman herself, wrote, "I only want 3 things in this world: see you, hug you, kiss you, dismember you." So that's that story. Sorry. I hope you guys didn't look up at the screen at the wrong time and get caught up by that woman's looks, or her look, I should say. Do you guys care what Omarosa has to say about anything? Even though I didn't put her in the Stuff You Should Know rundown, I did pull up a story just because, I don't know if you saw the clips the other day where I don't know if she's drunk or just emotional and crying. I don't know what it was. But she starts going on about Trump because she worked at, she knows Trump very well and worked in the White House, and said that she would never vote for him again in a million years. But then she starts, in the last night's episode, I guess it was, Omarosa may be on her way out, but she still has plenty more to say about her time at the White House. In the clips episode from tonight's episode of Celebrity Big Brother, Omarosa tells her fellow house guests about how they shouldn't be so quick to want President Donald Trump out when Vice President Mike Pence is such a quote-unquote scary alternative. Now, she and somebody else are up for eviction. She says, quote, "You would be worried about Pence. We would be begging for days of Trump back if Pence became president. He's extreme." She goes on to say, "I'm Christian. I love Jesus, but he thinks Jesus tells him things to say." Omarosa also talked about the recent U.S. immigration and customs enforcement crackdowns. "I've seen the plan. It's getting more aggressive," she says. She also shot down Marissa's hope that the country will be okay. "No, we are not going to be okay," she said. Well, that's funny. We don't talk, or I try not to talk too much left-wing, right-wing stuff around here. We did a little bit more when Jonny Torres was here. I want to text him and have him back on. I miss him. I don't know how often he's allowed to come on the show because he works for Senator Marco Rubio now. He's working for the senator, and so he can only, comment on so many things. But I'd love to. I wish we could have him. There's got to be a way to have him on every week. And even if we're talking about the issues of the day, which you can't have opinions on, but talk about government. I don't know. I just like Jonny Torres, and I want him on the show more. What the hell was I babbling about? Oh, yeah. So, politics. When I always bring this up when if I get into a discussion and it's somebody, I guess you would consider them a Democrat or a liberal or left, whatever. However, you need to put it in your head so you can compartmentalize it so you can hate them properly. And they start going on about Trump and impeaching Trump. I'm like, be careful what you ask for. Because if that happens, then you get Mike Pence. And Mike Pence will team up with the Republicans and get everything done that the Republicans want to get done. Trump it's herky-jerky. They're fighting tooth or nail to try to get things passed and try to get things done. But that goes away, then for those people that I think that do consider themselves left, liberal and very liberal, you will be effed for a very long time. I think it is better for you to make sure that Trump stays in there for the duration. Otherwise, you are going to get that extreme conservative in there that you do not want. But if you want, I mean, go ahead, keep bitching, keep moaning, and keep pushing to see if you can get Trump out of there and then see what happens. All right, let's get to another one of these headlines. The end is nigh. Well, yeah. So when you see stuff like, why does it even matter? Something is about to happen, depending on how you look at the world. And if it's not the end of times, well, then AI is going to wipe us all out. So here we go. This is coming from CNBC. AI will be billions of times smarter than humans, and man needs to merge with it in order to survive, in order to make it to the next level. So here we go. Artificial intelligence could be billions of times smarter than humans, and people may need to merge with computers to survive, a futurist said on Tuesday. Speaking on a panel hosted by CNBC at the World Government Summit in Dubai, Futureson's Ian Pearson's comments mirrored ideas put forward by Tesla CEO Elon Musk. The fact is that AI can go further than humans. It could be billions times smarter than humans at this point. So we really do need to make sure that we have some means of keeping up. The way to protect against that is to link that AI to your brain so you can have the same IQ as a computer. What the are you? This can't be right. This can't be the future of humanity. Is the next leap forward is once we attach our brains directly to all this fantastic technology and the knowledge that is swirling around the world, just attach your brain right to it. Quote, I don't actually think it's safe, just like Elon Musk, to develop these superhuman computers until we have a direct link to the human brain. And then don't get way ahead. At the World Government Summit in 2017, Musk, who was warned about the power of AI in the future, said humans and machines must merge to still be relevant with the advent of more powerful technology. Over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence. Do you think... Listen, I mean, we know that we're going to be made up of bits and pieces, you know? I mean, why wouldn't it be that, though? Why wouldn't it? Even if it's something that you and I aren't going to see in the next, you know, I mean, no, we are. We are going to see it. I mean, you're going to be able to be put back together from, you know, obviously hip replacements and heart replacements to, yeah, they are going to figure out this stuff. We are figuring it out right now. And you'll be able to attach things to different parts of your brain, I would imagine, and then have some kind of a device implanted so we will become cyborgs. Cyborgs are in our future. Musk has founded a startup called Neuralink that is aimed at just that. Pearson said Tuesday that some jobs that don't require humans will disappear. And AI and the impact on jobs has been a big theme at the World Government Summit this year. On Monday, Sebastian Thrun, the CEO and of this education startup, Udacity, and one of the pioneers of Google's driverless car project, said that AI will turn us into superhuman workers. So that's what's right around the corner, is we're all going to be superhuman. Somewhere between Wolverine and Dr. Xavier? I don't know. All right, that's that. And then lastly, what I have in the old roundup today is just one of these. Simple little mishap. A TV station apologizes for using P.F. Chang instead of Pyeongchang in Olympics graphics. So let me zoom in quickly for you here so you can see that. There we go. There we go. Someone's an idiot. Oh, what a great Twitter handle. Good for them. Someone's an idiot. America would definitely take the gold in the binge eating event at the P.F. Chang's Olympics. I did get very hungry when I saw this. So, when you first saw the headline, I posted this on the Wake.Show last night. When you first saw the headline, did you snicker? Did you laugh? Did you go like, that's kind of funny? Or did you smack your head and be like, damn it, of course. We Americans are so, egocentric, Americentric, is that even a thing? That this kind of stuff slips right by us. I don't know. I got to put this in the. I'm laughing. This is a stupid little mistake. I'm going to project way too much into it if I keep going down this path. TV station apologized for using P.F. Chang. How stupid we are. How stupid we can be as we sit there and run around the world talking about how great we are. We're the greatest. We're the greatest. See, again, I'm using this. There's no reason for me to be going down this rabbit hole. Chicago TV station apologized for using P.F. Chang in a graphic about the Winter Olympics instead of Pyeongchang, the name of the South Korean county hosting the games. P.F. Chang's is the name of an Asian restaurant concept chain with more than 200 locations in the U.S., several in the Chicago area. According to the Chicago Tribune, a spokesperson for the city's ABC affiliate said the graphic was created for a different satirical piece. So they said this was created for a different satirical piece put together on Friday by sports anchor Mark Giangreco, in which viewers were encouraged to invent their own Olympic sports. But it was mistakenly also used for the serious news story read on Saturday by weekend anchor Mark Rivera. Okay. All right. Well, then if they have record of this, if they're on record, Joey, do you believe this at all? You don't, do you? I wouldn't. How you doing, buddy? I'm about ready to go, Dad. All right, just hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. So I guess if they've got record of this, that they've already used this graphic on the air and it wasn't a satirical piece, then okay. If they haven't used this and this is what they come up with, and somebody was just joking around, thought it was funny behind the scenes, and it accidentally made it out onto the air. The spokesperson did apologize for the mistake. Images of which have gone viral. A brief video clip of the segment also circulated on the internet, in which the graphic hovers by Rivera as he says, another sign that North and South Korea are working on their diplomatic relationship. Kim Jong-un invited South Korea's president to his country. During a meeting overnight, Kim Jong-un's sister extended the official invitation. Now, while some noted the incongruity of the ludicrous imagery with the subject matter of the segment of the newscast, others wondered why the station thought the graphic was worth creating in the first place. What kind of satirical piece would merit such a racially insensitive joke, if that's what it was meant to be? The unfortunate nature of the TV station's gaffe was reflected in news that emerged shortly before the Olympics began. At a high school basketball game in Cincinnati, a player was reportedly taunted with chants such as P.F. Chang's, open your eyes, and go play chess. Well, so I guess that's why I can't laugh at it too much. Because, the reality is the satire is based in ignorance. Now, I'm not going to tee off on them because I would say that a good solid portion of my career, the comedy that I've gone after, the satire that I've gone after, is also playing off my own ignorance. And it's worked out. Since I'm so ignorant on so many things, I can come up with a lot of funny things to me, just not to other people, the people that it affects. And that is the Wake.Show today. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Let's do all that. Oh, yeah. Now we're just stripped down to the raw. Thank you so much for being a part of the Wake.Show today. My name is Chris Fisher. You can track me down at FisherTheMan123 on Facebook, Fisher the Man on Twitter. And on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays every single week, you can find me out and about. Tuesday nights, tonight, Trivia Tuesday at Boulevard Burger, St. Pete Beach from 7 until about 8:30. Giving away free beer between every single round, giving away first, second, and third place prizes at the end of the game. Those are gift cards for $20, $15, and $10 to be used the next time you join us at Boulevard Burgers. On Wednesday nights, karaoke night, Park and Rec downtown St. Pete from 8 until midnight. That's when you can come out and sing your little heart out. You know, it's very cathartic. Midweek, just to belt it out, even if you can't sing, like me. And on Thursday nights, trivia night again at St. Pete Beach, Blind Pass, Masteries. Ooh, and we got a special, I got to make sure I put that together. What's today's? Yeah, the 15th. Okay, so this Thursday at Masteries will be, there won't be any questions older than 1980. So everything will be the 80s until now. I feel like I'm on the radio. Trivia questions, your favorites from the 80s, 90s, and now. That'll be the trivia on Thursday night at Mastery starting at 7 o'clock, and we give away free beer rounds 3, 6, and 9, and also give away first, second, and third place gift cards at the end, $20, $15, and $10 gift cards to be used at Masteries the next time you join us. Thank you. Have a great day, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Bye.